Good evening, everyone. Um, Hope everyone is doing good and enjoying. So I'll be sharing my journey as an athlete and soon to be a coach. Um, yeah, imagine you're 6-year-old and the summer of 2003 in Haryana is at your doorstep. Before you know it, you're at a pool at a summer camp, and you and your cousin want to dive in, but you're too scared. But once you do, you realize this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. And this is your calling. This is the briefest snapshot of my life ever since. So the entry of women into the sports has been slow yet gradual. And taking swimming into the context and the factors in our country, and thereby hangs a tale. So society told me like swimming features skimpy clothes and a lot of money down the drain because academic had always been the safest resort back home. But my parents never stopped me like in pursuing my passion for sports. And for next 6 to 8 years, with the support of my coach, I showed up to the pool more often for the love of my sport and started taking part in small competitions, like small club meets. And from there, when the winter came, it was about braving the winters of Haryana, where we did not have heated pools. We lacked that infrastructure. And anyone who talked about sports talked about the infrastructure, and here I was battling the slightest lack of it. From gradually winning a district level medal to CBSE Nationals bronze medal in Gujarat, I tasted my first success there, and this molded my decision to become a professional swimmer. Like I wanted to be serious about swimming. So at the age of 12, um, I was qualifying for the senior nationals, but I was not able to medal there. Like it was heartbreaking because the South Indian swimmers, like my competitors, had an edge over me because I was training in a 25-meter pool, which is not even an Olympic-sized pool, and they had better infrastructure and better facilities. So I really wanted to go to Bangalore and train there. And I communicated this wish to my dad, and he decided to become my anchor in a minute. And he moved with me to Bangalore, and he wanted me to pursue swimming. But the price I had to pay was humongous. Like, I had to let go of the cushion that was academics, my comfort zone, my family, my friends, my school. So I went to Bangalore to train. I was training there, and in 2013, Asian Youth Games kick-started the win series for me. I was sixth at 200-meter freestyle at Asian Youth Games, and this just showed me like the shifting to Bangalore really helped me to that level. So from then on to the next one in 2015, where in Thailand I was selected on a FINA scholarship. FINA is a international swimming federation. So all the South Asian countries got two scholarship for each country, where one male and one female swimmers were given that scholarship. And it was a huge opportunity. Like I got to network with them, learn so much from those guys, and I did not take it lightly, like because I had to take a break from school, away from a family for 1 year, and just train for the Olympics. So I always had a backup plan, just like any Indian family would have, so that I would rejoin my 12th grade and just focus only on my studies. So it's good to have your head in the clouds, but even better to have both feet on the ground. So as I was training in Thailand, which was 3 sessions a day, swimming 3 sessions with dry land session as well. And it was too much. It was becoming miserable. People usually think that like sport is a physical endeavor, but it's more than that. It's like training your body plus mind. And I was doing everything in my power, eating right, training right, having a good routine. But I think the struggle of all these years were building up mentally for myself. And I needed help. I needed to see a psychologist, which I did. And it helped me, to get back on track. So mind over matter is the mantra that everyone needs to swear by, be it in life or sport. So in 2016, I had always dreamt of winning that South Asian gold medal, which I did, and it was a proof that all the hard work, all the sacrifice I was doing was paying off. And the Olympic qualification was coming nearby, and I was falling short of that 1 second to qualify for the Olympics. But as the destiny would have it, I was selected by the wildcard entry by Swimming Federation of India for the Rio Olympic Games. I was going to represent India after a huge gap. The last lady who represented Olympic was in 2004. As I geared up for the competition, both physically and mentally, I couldn't have done it without the support of my coaching and my staff, which I had during that time. So on to the next phase of my life, which no one could have predicted. I was training for the Tokyo Olympics, and as we collectively know, the pandemic hit us all, and everything slowed down. I was not able to swim. I was just maintaining my physical fitness. But in October 2020, I met with an accident, and for which I had to be in bed for 3 months. Like, there was a lot going in my mind, like, should I give up? Should I continue? As I had seen my coaches molding me into the champion I am today on field or on screen. So the unconventional stars of the sporting world are the lifeline of the players. This gave me the strength to become a coach and be more like them, so I could live this journey from the other side of the block. And after that, when the Tokyo Olympic team was announced, I decided to become a coach. So here I am, having this crazy luck of being making swimming a discipline and a coach both. I have big plans. I look forward to coaching the future stars of India, and being an athlete myself, I realize the need of a sports person and all the hard work that a person would need, an athlete would need. So I feel like being a female coach as well, I would help female athletes to any problem they'll be facing. I feel like I can help them, and they could be more free with me. Like, as I never had a female coach, I was always hesitant to tell them like what's happening with me, what I'm going through. So I hope to help them to balance studies and professional life, because a child needs to live their subtle part of their childhood where they need to enjoy. A person needs to be well grounded and rounded for the unpredictabilities that comes in life, may it rain or shine. So the sport world is not defined by those athletes who you can name when asked. They're more than that. I want to be the coach that goes down in the history of my sport and help any swimmer or any athlete to make their game better. And as Sir told us, whatever you do, do with passion and with love. Enjoy the journey and give your best. Thank you.